good cold open.
I need something.
Great cold open.
Cold
What a
seconds of
great
silence.
cold open.
I mean, I was about to say something. I was like, it's too late. It's been silent now.
Yeah. We have the world's greatest intros here at Coding Gaming.
Absolutely.
12 seconds of uninterrupted silence.
I mean, think about it. They're gonna look at their phone or their PC and be like,
my speaker broken? What's going on? What's happening?
There's nothing wrong with your audio player.
as we proceed to break up in their speakers.
No, there's something wrong with your audio speakers. You made the mistake of playing a Coding Gaming video instead of literally anything else. Why would you?
I wouldn't say at that point. I wouldn't say it's something with the speaker. I think it's something with the viewer.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's okay, viewer.
It's not okay.
It's not okay, actually. You should
seek a therapist.
You need to
seek mental help.
Coding Gaming is not liable for any permanent or temporary mental damage which may result from interaction with our entertainment medium.
Correct.
Proceeds to go on a mass murdering spree.
Alright, so if you do so,
Good
that's of
thing
your
we
own
put
volition,
that legal part.
okay? Coding Gaming does not endorse such actions.
No, we don't. You do that, you should turn yourself in. Just saying. Help the world out. You know? Make my life easier.
Give me like an interview first so I can get the first scoop. Anyway, now that we wasted a minute and 56 seconds talking about nonsense, welcome back to
Civilian Casualties.
Yeah, welcome back to Civilian Casualties. I am your host, Obama Drone. I'm joined today by the
Adolf.
Russian Spetsnaz and Al Qaeda. I am your host.
Can't forget about Adolf.
No, Adolf is not a terrorist.
Not a terrorist, but you know what? You know what?
He
did get a lot of civilian casualties. I'll say that much.
There were no civilians.
It's all a lie.
Civilians are a myth created by the government, okay? Everyone's a combatant. All the time. Kill wantedly, alright? Open fire. Last time on Kode 4 episode number, what did you guys do? Oh yeah, we had the spa episode, didn't we?
It was really sad.
The spa episode, yes. And the group managed to avoid conflict with a group of Rakai gangsters that had...
Avoid is a very loose term.
Well, you didn't avoid all conflict. Okay. You avoided, like, getting into a shootout.
Mass
or, like,
murdering it, yeah.
Yeah. Which the group did, in fact, lose that arm wrestling match.
Like one person.
Hey, you know what? We came out on the moral side of victory.
I mean, you did get caught cheating, so I don't know if I would even consider that to be a moral victory either.
No.
Opponents blew up their car, though, so that's a small victory. There was compensation there. So yeah, and then at the very end, Knox decided to call up the Hermes Johnson, Mr. Xanthorpe, and be like, hey, I wouldn't go there again soon because we always had a fist fight in their bathhouse, and he was like, oh, okay, and then you were like, I should take me out to dinner, and he's like, okay. So we join up later in the evening. Xanthorpe has... I'll say that, so, you know, Knox gets home, you get dressed, you get your fancy clothes, and then I will say that he sends a limousine to pick you up, and he brings you to, I'll say the Six Cylinders, just because, you know, it's a restaurant name that isn't, like, 2 stars that I know of off the top of my head. You know, it brings back some memories of, you know, the MDRR that happened, like, a week ago.
Right there. That's where Barry died.
Yeah, right there on that ballroom floor. I can still smell the juice.
Didn't he die in Cali?
He did die in California, that's correct. You've actually quantum tunneled from Rhinestone. This is the power of the Hermes limousine, okay?
No, I was going to say it's that Japanese bullet train technology.
Yeah, just
Or it's
zoom
going
you
like
over.
Mach 5.
Yeah. But yeah, so you are, you guys have a nice evening. No problems. Nobody harasses you.
Uh,
I definitely harass him
I
on
think
the
his
table. If you know
bodyguard
what I
would probably
mean.
stick around though for the dinner just to be imposing.
Imposing. Damn.
But I got to keep the riffraff away from the boss.
Damn. Damn. Definitely tease him under the table. You know, I wore my best combat heels. You know.
Jesus
Combat heels?
Christ.
I
Oh,
don't know.
damn, I didn't realize Zentor was into CBT.
Yeah, you just like full force, Kode in strength, blast him through the brick wall. Kill him
He's like,
instantly.
that's my exotic woman.
He isn't Wakefield.
And
He doesn't care about exotic women. He just likes women in general.
this is true. Okay. So we're just right there at the dinner table. He's across from me. I'm across from him. Yeah.
I'd assume.
What do I do? I leave my hand out a bit, see if he, takes it to hold it and whatnot. I'm just like,
He
looking through the
stabs a
meal.
steak knife through your hand.
Curse. Curse.
No, and he's like, I see you got new arms. He just bounces off the metal. I mean, he does have a bionic arm, but it's
Man.
like it's
Holding metallic arms together.
Yeah, you guys clank, high five, and sparks fly. Literally in this case.
Oh man, that's real hot. Yeah,
This is cursed.
what are you talking about? It's real nice. I have nice heels on, stockings, a black dress. It parts in the middle, so actually it looks like a split. So there's like one middle piece, and then there's two side pieces and another middle piece in the back. So it's split in 4 different ways. In a sense, really gives off my Cody thick legs. You know what I'm saying?
This is unbelievably cursed.
What are you talking about? You're saying Knox can't dress up for dinner with her
No, she
date?
can't.
Are you saying I have to literally go in military fatigues?
Yes.
Sorry, this is why
Oh,
Faith is
damn, I
going
was
to
gonna
date you.
suggest something else, but, yeah, military fatigue. Yep, that's it.
I was thinking of 2 things: either A, I show up in the mech suit, or B, my birthday suit. But yes, I'm wearing, some nice stockings. Got my hair up a bit. Not that I have long hair in general, but it's up a bit. And then I order a nice, fine steak. I haven't had a steak in a while. Fine steak and wine.
Okay, can be done.
Mm-mm.
Xanthorpe knows the wine that pairs best with your meal off the top of his head because he's that kind of guy.
Oh my, does he order
Of
for me?
course.
Of course he does, and also he orders himself like whiskey, just neat whiskey, because he wants to be manly.
Of course. Of course he does.
God, I'm really tempted to say so. Zanny, how has it been?
Wow, gonna call him a pill? Cringe.
Damn. I don't know. What would be a cutesy nickname for Xanthor?
Johnson.
If he has a first name,
Okay, what's his first name?
No, he doesn't.
I don't think you know his first name, actually.
That's what.
Well, if you
I
ask
wouldn't-
him, then his first name is Braden.
Braden. I get up and leave. I can't date a Braden. I'm kidding.
He whips out his plasma rifle and melts you instantly.
God, some people are picky like that.
Actually, I lied. He has 2 bionic arms. I forgot about that.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say 2 first names. I'd be like, what?
Yeah, he's actually Spanish. He has like 8 last names.
Damn, I thought you were gonna say he had 2 plasma rifles. That would've been sick.
We're all on
He just
different
dual wields plasma rifles.
multiple
His
last
arm
names,
is also a
first
plasma
names,
rifle.
plasma rifles. Jesus.
You know
So
it.
I go to him. I'm just like, there you go. So how's business, sweetie? A wink. Yeah.
Oh, I found
Oh,
a curse.
what?
Sweetie, oh my god, I called Braden and I tell him, damn bro, you already got to 4th base, holy shit.
How do you know what's going on? Are you stalking them?
No, of course, I'm in the restaurant, I am their waiter. I pull out my phone as I'm serving them and I go, oh, holy shit, Braden. No, not actually. I could, but I won't.
You should.
Good.
You should.
Should.
You can actually
Turns
impersonate a
out,
waiter.
that not that Xanthorpe is actually Oid.
Bro, the old switcheroo?
Dude,
Killed Center.
Sparks really would be flying. Let me tell you, me and Oid are inseparable. Yeah, I ask him how's business. I go, did you bump up another tax bracket, or can I help you with that?
He's like, no, I'm still, I haven't gotten a promotion yet, but I'm making several $1,000s a minute, so.
A minute.
A
Yeah.
minute. Oh my god, I'm
Yeah, he
glad I
has like
didn't
a
wear
multi-million
panties.
dollar salary. Like, he has the salary of like a modern day CEO, essentially.
Jesus.
So essentially, just him existing is like gaining him money.
Yeah, just by being
Jesus.
alive, he makes money.
Jesus. I wish I could make that money. Anyways, in character say I go, damn. I am glad I didn't wear panties. Money makes the woman wet, you know what I'm saying?
Talking about greasing the wheels, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Really forcing things along here.
Oh,
Wow.
I can. I mean, I could straight up be like, that's it. We're taking a dinner to go. I need to plow you right now.
Wow.
Wait, whoa, hold on a second.
You're gonna, wow.
But
All he
why would
was
I
is a
ruin
very dominant individual, okay?
very dominant individual? What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're
It is
talking
a
about.
dom fight. We
Xanthorpe.
either A, we're switching, or it's a dom fight.
No, Xanthorpe is actually a sub.
No, Xanthorpe is, he's actually like, a Sigma male?
Sigma male. Oh
I
my.
don't believe it. I think he definitely gets pegged.
Wow, I'm telling him you said that. Me, the narrator, is gonna tell this NPC that you badmouthed him.
Man, what's that voice from above doing?
That's out of character. Not even in character.
Nah, it's in character.
It's in character now.
Oh,
Well,
now I
now-
have to show up as the waiter to tell Xantho that Cairo thinks he gets pegged.
I can just say like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
And we're
Bonus
all
will
at the
vouch for
same
Oid.
restaurant.
He'll know.
We're
Oh,
all
no.
the same. We've all separately decided to come to the same restaurant at the same time.
I mean, on coincidence, I'm waiter, you two are having your own date. Cairo and Bonus are, chefing it up in the kitchen.
They've taken
They made
over
you
the.
food. It's
I
poison.
would have said it could have been me and Donna, but okay, apparently I'm a fucking chef now.
I mean, I was gonna make the joke that you and Bonus are going on a date here, but I decided to refrain.
I don't think Bonus knows how to cook, to be honest.
Oh God.
Neither does
I mean, he spent his whole life being super rich, and now he's like dirt poor. So I think he probably just gets takeout all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Him and Cairo eat at the Wongs.
Yeah, they eat at the noodle place.
All right, then I'll rearrange my Cairo and Bonus are going on a date here, and you've transplanted the Wong family's kitchen into this restaurant specifically so that you can eat their food.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Turner owns the Huang family restaurant, and he merged it with Six Cylinders, a company he does not own.
Happens.
Yeah.
Did the food get here?
Yeah, I think Xander probably. He probably ordered like
Oysters.
I was gonna say a taco just to be funny, but oyster works.
Taco. Oh
Oyster
man.
tacos.
God, really laying on the
Oysters.
innuendo, huh?
Oh,
It's like an
woo.
onion. It's got layers.
I should have ordered a hot
It's
dog
got
then.
layers.
Jesus.
Dakota, that's not the only thing that's got layers.
You implying that Knox is an onion?
Never mind.
I mean, yeah, I am kind of wearing only 2 layers. I'm kind of a really thin cut onion.
Wow, small onion, small onion.
No, I think it's just a hollow onion, which is kind of weird to think about, but still.
A hollow
That,
onion?
that is weird to think about.
You're calling Kyle
Poured onion.
soulless?
Honestly, I'd believe it.
Jesus. Okay, so it
The
orders
food gets here.
oyster tacos, huh?
Yes.
Oyster tacos.
And I go, oh, you really know how to eat those oyster tacos, you know?
You see him visibly debate between just slamming his face into the plate or eating properly. He is
I
frozen
mean,
by
what?
he's frozen by the dilemma.
I turned to him like, don't worry, you can eat them gently now, but later you better slam your face between them, you know?
He nods in agreement.
Oh yeah.
Between them, you have multiple? I'm sorry?
Yeah, man.
Damn, I didn't
I was
realize
really, but
Cuddians had
I,
you know that alien of biology.
I was really referring to my thighs, but I didn't want to say thighs.
And you should order the chicken.
Ah, we need a second meal.
Honestly, you should just have this restaurant have an innuendo specialty menu so that you know
You're a
thousands of deli
Kodian.
options
You're
available.
a Kodian, so you must intake more than a normal person. So yes, you could eat 2 meals.
Yeah, you
I
probably
mean,
do.
yeah, but like, and
Your body exerts more, so yeah.
okay, then I'm gonna order like a really, what do I want to order? A
Yes.
nice, thick, juicy hot dog, 2 of them, you know?
Hot
Two of
dogs,
them.
two
This
meatballs
yes.
as a side dish,
At this
and you
fancy restaurant,
Oh no, it's a fancy hot dog, you know? Got that gold hot
it's a
dog.
chili
Artisanal?
dog.
Yeah.
Artisanal
And
Wiener
then
Schnitzel.
oh yeah, and then I'm gonna order spaghetti with big, thick meatballs, you know?
What the fuck has this? Is this just the entire session?
Yeah. It's just the 2 of them making food innuendos. They typically be piled high with plates of unfinished food because this really just like mixed messages, you know. They just keep just keep ordering more and more food that is only tangentially related at this point because they've run out of options, but they
oh
refuse to
wait,
stop.
does that mean we finally get to meet
Clams.
Max's family?
Yeah, bro,
What?
you know it. Even though her family's in Chicago,
Wait, whose family?
your
Yours.
family.
Oh, my family.
Oh,
Oh,
so we're killing Knox's family now?
bro,
Oh
bet.
no, there's a different kind of punishment here.
Oh no! Oh no!
So does that mean that Xanthorpe in this case is the guy?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm implying. Someone has to punch someone's dad's dick.
Yeah, but I think if that happened to Knox, then Knox would just crush his skull like a pumpkin. Because they're not human.
I mean, hey, it's in the spirit of things, alright? It's in the spirit of things.
It would break his bionic hands, to be honest. Balls of steel, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so you guys have a nice dinner. Xanthorpe brings you back to his penthouse, which is like the very top floor of Hermes' corporate branch.
Hmm.
And it's like probably the nicest place you stayed in ever.
I can imagine.
I mean, it's gotten to the point where like the lamps and stuff are floating on like anti-gravity like plates because he's just that rich.
Jeez.
And like the house is like totally like smart and stuff, so he can like control everything with his voice, or like gestures and stuff.
Oh,
He puts on his
gestures, really?
yeah, he puts on his lovemaking playlist, and it's just like 10 hours of Christmas Whisper on loop.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Do 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 do. It's the kazoo version.
Even hotter, honestly.
Oh yes, and then we have a whole. What time of day is it?
At this point, like night, like 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. We have
Probably 8, to be honest.
4 hours of. I don't know how to put this. Like first 20 minutes, he puts everything on. He's like, and this is my fridge full of wine, and he shows me around, and then it.
This is my jam pad.
And then it super cuts to like me pinning him against the wall viciously, like deeply making out, and then it cuts to us, being on the
Aw.
bed.
Can I do a montage? I missed my chance to do my joke.
Now, what's your joke?
Alright, well, I was gonna make the joke that, I was Knox and Xantha, begin to get down and dirty. I send Knox a text. It's, a guy in a suit emoji, weary emoji, panting face emoji, question mark.
I feel like I get this mid text or make sex and just like yes. And I do like 3 eggplant emojis with the water droplet emojis, and then like the shocked face emoji.
I like how emojis
I
haven't
did the
changed in the past
woozy
100
face
years.
emoji.
Is this in the
Bonus,
group
yeah,
chat?
Bonus
Or
just
is
sends back
this
to like the shrimp emoji.
Oh man.
It is just me.
I actually know what emoji Kairo's gonna do, but
Do it.
It's the gun emoji.
hold on. Where is it? I need to find it. Oh, there it is. Kairo's gonna do that
She man. Pinching hand. Yeah, and then after 4 hours of vigorous sexual intercourse with the man I so dearly love.
Alright. Damn, dude. Fucking Xantha getting her adrenaline rush or something?
I pumped him full of bloodlust, and I want to see what would happen.
Jesus. He books it out of his window and falls like 150 stories. he lands on his feet like a cat and runs it off.
I go, oh, well, that wasn't the right one. But yes, after 4 wonderful hours, we'd probably be laying in bed, blanket over us, clearly no clothes on, bust just or blanket just low enough where the nips are not showing, and we
I mean,
both
at this point,
have.
probably
You're not
unconscious.
gonna give the audience a treat? Damn.
Wow.
Can't believe you would tease our poor viewers like this.
We gotta keep it kid friendly.
Yes.
See, that
Kid friendly.
yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'd be laying in bed and I'd probably be smoking a cigar.
Accurate.
Yeah, I think at this point, since it probably would just be unconscious. Like I don't think somebody would last that long and not be like beaten into like exhaustion. Like he's out cold.
I go, oh man, I was gonna ask him if he had a job for us.
And then you fall asleep.
I was gonna leave a sticky note like on his desk and then leave.
Huh? Sticky
Wow,
note or a
on
sticky
his
note?
forehead?
Uh,
Sticky note. Oh my gosh.
Sure, I'll fall asleep next to Xantha. Why not? I'll cuddle
Wow.
him. Actually, that might
Wow.
crush him.
Wow, you're cuddling Xanther? What's bonus gonna think of it?
I'm
You're
big
destroying your
spooning him,
relationship.
bro. I'm big spooning him because I think I'd crush him if I were to lay on top of him.
This is when Bonus busts through the closet door and declares, "I've been watching you this entire time," and then guns you both down in cold blood.
Bonus is a cuck.
And that's when I step out from the other closet and I'm like, God damn it, Bonus, you ruined the show.
When you gun him down in cold blood, and then that's when Ankh pops out of the shadows, barks at Oid, and then guns him down in cold blood.
What?
And then Kara goes, "Where's Onk?"
It'll be a hard cut.
Where's
to,
Oid? Unk, where's Oid?
Onk isn't there.
Dead.
He is dead, father.
But hell yeah, I would definitely big spoon Xanthor.
Mm.
Or let him lay on top of me, whichever one, you know?
What a strange mental image.
I can't believe this, of all things, is canon now.
I mean, it
Gotta
was
I'm
follow
bound
not
to
sure
happen
why
at
you're
some point.
surprised, frankly.
I'm shocked it took this long.
It's either this or bonus, but I could never do it with bonus, considering that I never unlocked his relationship issue backstory. So
And whose fault is that?
your
Tragic.
fault.
Honestly, you should have given him more burgers, gotten his love points up.
Shit, you right.
Actually, Bonus responds best to mundane muffins.
Mundane muffins, perfect. All right, so is it the next day? This is my little Braden wake up and be like, "Oh, hello, sweetie, you're awake now."
Did you just call him Little Braden?
Yes, I did.
Perfect.
Just ends the episode right there.
Yeah, right. Half an hour long. Yes, this will do. But yeah, so in the meantime, I assume Cairo goes over to fuel full fuel
Yes.
for the evening to help with the stuff.
Yes.
Well, you arrive
Why
and
not?
you see that they're all kind of in their like kitchen, which does look like the Speed Racer house from that movie from 2010. It's aggressively
Okay.
colorful.
All right.
And they're all huddled around like the kitchen counter, and there's like a cardboard box on the counter, and they're all like freaking out except for Faith, who is just like staring at a wall, and they tell you that Jason Industries delivered Path's head on a spit in a box to their front door.
Kara goes, first time.
Yeah.
That would be true.
That was a good one.
That would be true. No, but I'll pick up the box and just, throw it into the trunk of my car and be like, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it."
So yeah, and then after that, everybody starts to calm down, and then you help them with their work. Not Faith. Donna does have her robot dog now.
It's a cat.
Robot cat. And that's hanging around the house, guarding the building.
You should sell the head as a fan collectible item.
I could. I really could.
Keybay.
I could bronze it.
You bronze the severed head of one of the world's most famous drivers.
Oh wait,
Yeah, bro,
you should
turn
make
it
a
into
cast.
a bust.
Wait, you should make it a cast, and just make a bunch of heads.
Well, the whole goal here is I'm gonna give it to Oid.
Have
Why
Oid
Oid?
wear
Because Oid can,
his head.
yeah, Oid can take his face. I mean, shit, the rest of the body is just up to interpretation, really, at this point.
Pretty sure Oid can just look at pictures online. That's what we first did with Flavius.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't get all those pores and the real look of death. You know.
Sure, brusher.
Man,
I'll
one's sexy
just
and we're doing this.
I'll just dispose of it when I leave.
Alrighty.
Like toss it off a freeway or something.
A homeless man is shocked to find a celebrity's head
Wow,
in
you're
the
not gonna
drain.
gift me the severed head as our
Do
one-time
you
racing rival?
do you want
Yeah.
the severed head?
Hell yeah.
All right then. See, Cairo can give it to Oid. All right, Dakota. I'm gonna ask you this: Do Cairo and Donna actually go out to dinner this time?
I mean, if you ask, then yeah.
All right, yeah.
Hey, where do you go?
I don't know. Where's a good place to go for dinner in K4? I don't fucking know. The only place Cairo really knows about is Lo Wong.
That's where you're
Or
going, I guess.
the Wongs. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. Well, you go over there with her, and you guys sit down, have a nice meal, and you see across the room, at a different booth by himself, is Bonus.
I'm not going to say anything to him.
He's staring at you from across the room.
I'm gonna text him and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Without breaking eye contact, he sends a text back to you that's just a shrimp emoji.
Fair enough.
And then he goes back to he gives you a silent thumbs up from across the room, and he goes back to eating his noodles.
You know what? Fair enough. I don't know what I expected.
Noodles.
I was gonna make a really terrible concept of why he's eating alone.
It's the day of his wife's death.
It did involve his wife. I was thinking that he sees his wife.
Donna's his wife.
Oh God! Fucking Bonus.
Lynchable offense?
No, you know how in
Wow,
some
Bonus really is a cuck, huh?
2 for 2, huh?
First it's Nox, now.
No, it
it's
wasn't
Donna.
Nox, it was Xanthor.
Oh God. It's even worse.
We just
No.
need Faith, and now we've got the whole collection.
No, I was gonna make the not joke, but you know how in some movies they're like, "Oh, look at that old guy, he's eating alone," and then it cuts to his vision, he's like having memories of him eating with his wife. And
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
his wife never knew about this place, and neither did he until, him and Cairo stumbled upon it randomly.
I mean, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
but I don't know. He could be weird. He could be like, I
His
can
wife
imagine my
liked
wife
Asian
like this.
food.
He just cuts to his vision, and he has a hologram of his wife projected in his augmented reality mask. He's crying.
Shoving noodles into her face.
You turn and look. Oh, fuck. You turn and look, and you see fucking Bonus spill noodles over the other booth. He's like, "Fuck, shit." He tried to feed the hologram.
And he just pulls out his gun and shoots himself in the head.
Oh my gosh. It's even worse.
Some would argue that's better.
Anyway.
So yeah, it's date night apparently. This is the real Valentine's Day episode.
I told you, it's the date episode.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll enjoy a nice dinner and some drinking with Donna, talking about engineering and whatnot.
Bonus sends you back like the sleeping emoji because he can hear your conversation.
I was gonna say that too. I was like, man, that's what you talk about with a girl, engineering, and you're taking her on a date? I can tell her.
It's common interests.
Comment. Oh my God, you see this guy?
Just
Hey, you
bang
know
her
what?
already, bro.
You know what? You know what? There's drinking involved. It'll probably end in that anyway.
I mean, I gotta start somewhere, I guess. I would preferably, if I were, a dumb meatbag, I would probably prefer talking about engineering than talking about the severed head that arrived on my doorstep like an hour ago.
That is true.
Hey,
Yeah.
bro.
She's probably pretty
Hey,
like
bro.
disturbed by that. She probably like for the first time drinks pretty heavily because she doesn't want to have to think about the fact that she got that guy killed.
I mean, she didn't. I did.
Well, her sister did.
His blood's still on my hands.
Well, it's on all of your hands because you were all
I'll
the reason
take
that
that.
you lost.
I'll take it.
Driver
take-
different.
I'll take that responsibility happily.
You should
Yes, you-
show up to his grave and just put a
Put his
poster
head
on his
there.
grave that says skill issue.
L plus chemistry plus ratio.
I wouldn't mind.
Plus ratio, plus cope, plus seethe.
Plus
Plus-
touch grass.
Plus no head.
Plus hats off to you.
Oh, actually, that could be good. No head is like a double entendre.
Yeah, bro.
Well, yeah, I'm sure, but yeah, no, I'm sure. Like, if they're drinking, I'm sure it'll lead to that at some point.
Yes, you're banging her robot cat.
Cringe.
Man, you really drank hard.
Cringe.
God, this is like that meme where it's like, oh, I couldn't tell the difference between, my girlfriend or twin sister, so I banged her dad.
Have you ever been beaten by a wet noodle because your girlfriend has a twin sister and you got confused and fucked her dad? That's what it's like to drive the Ford F-250.
God. But yeah, so you guys also have a lovely dinner, lovely evening. Bonus follows you around after you leave the restaurant just to be creepy.
What are you talking about? It's perfectly reasonable. He's trying to live vicariously through his friend Kyra.
Yeah,
Cucking.
and it's also trying to make sure that nobody tries to drive by the two of you as you're walking down the street or something.
Sorry,
Fair enough.
drive
there's no
by
need for that. I am
Cairo.
doing that.
You drive by
on
Cairo.
Cairo.
Bonus shoots you in the back of the head if you drive past.
That would actually be funny if someone tries to do a drive-by on me. It's just like, yeah, watch this.
But yeah, no.
shot.
Probably die.
I'll bring it full circle. As everyone leaves the nice restaurant, I'll be in the back alley selling meth to someone.
Really chatting up a pleasure droid.
Perfect. Yeah, we see some Ting Wong's glowing mustache in the alley besides in the restaurant. God.
Perfection.
Yeah. So you guys have a nice evening. It's a bonus who's just depressed. The next day, actually, no, I think probably will be really early in the morning. So you guys are just no, I think Cairo and Nox have only gotten a couple of hours of sleep at this point. Before you all receive a text from El Capitan.
Okay.
That says got a big job in just now. Too important to come to the condemned. Big important guy. Looking
Shrimp
for a
emoji.
team. Shrimp emoji. Looking for a person. Looking for a team to investigate a murder that just happened discreetly. I recommended
Shrimp
you.
emoji. Shrimp emoji.
Emoji. Lobster emoji, crab emoji, eggplant emoji. And he's like, yeah, so head over to this address.
Yes, crabs?
Yeah, yeah, he does. And he sends you all a lot of dollar signs.
Oh. All right.
He sends you the address for an establishment called the Red Dress.
Cairo gets a foreboding sense of foreshadowing.
But does it look like a red dress?
I mean, it's in the red light district, so yes.
Fair
It
enough.
is very red. So yeah.
So I'm
he's
assuming, I'm assuming Donna was at my house that night.
Yeah, or you went back to hers. It doesn't make a difference, really.
Fair enough. I'll get up and I'll be like, we'll say it was at Donna's.
Alrighty.
So I'll get up and I'll be like, yeah, all right, I'll be back.
Okay. You do so, and you'll get dressed and you'll leave and stuff. And Frank sees you and he gives you the death stare.
Morning. I'll grab a cup of coffee and leave.
Load shotgun with malicious intent.
Wouldn't it be funny though if we cut to their scene and they're just really awkward? They don't do anything.
Yeah, they just stare at each other for the entire night.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but like that's probably not what happened.
Only one can hope.
I love how we went full frontal into Knox and Xanthorpe.
Well, yeah,
Which is
because it gets Kyle.
Yeah, it happens.
You think I was gonna let Dakota try to explain stuff he doesn't like? I think he didn't cut me off.
Actually, I retroactively cut you off and instead say that Xanthorpe threw you around the room like a rag doll for 4 hours straight.
Damn, that bloodlust really did something to him, huh?
I was gonna make a joke about the guy who jumped the bridge.
Oh God.
But yeah, I assume you all head over to the address that the captain provided you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys do. You head over to the red light district of this section of Ryanstown. It's not that far away from your places. It's like 10 blocks, just still a long way, but you all make it, and it's like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. By the time you guys get to like the sun isn't even up yet. Not that it's ever sunny in Ryanstown, but
Okay.
it's even like
It is not
bright.
daytime.
Yeah,
it's not daytime.
It's still kind of lit because of all the neon and all the AR and all the signs and stuff, but
it's like grungy light. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that artificial light. And you guys pull up, and this place is pretty nice. It is on the ground floor, the first floor, of like a big skyscraper, and this huge multi-level like club.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably like 100 people like piled out front of the building. They're all in like various states of dress, various states of sobriety, and there are like half a dozen really big, like jacked bouncer robots that are like dressed in like vests and like gimp masks and stuff, and they're keeping an eye on the people that are in this like sidewalk area next to the club. And there's this one other person here who's not in like the corral of patrons, and it is a very ordinary looking like white guy, short brown hair, parted over to the side, very nice gray suit, and he sees you guys pull up at the same time for dramatic effect, because of course, and he walks over to you guys. And he sees that he has like a camera built into his a cell phone in his brain, like the chip in the side of his head.
Yeah.
He walks over to you guys and he's like, you must be the team that I sent for.
Well, yes.
He's like, excellent. Now, please, if you wouldn't mind, I'll explain the job, but I'd ask we do so in a more private area. Please follow me. And he leads you into the building.
All right.
Alrighty. So you guys would head into the building, and this is a very aggressive like brothel. like nightclub. You feel like because I have the floor plans actually that I can provide you. It'll help explain where you guys are. I'll put it in the map chat. So you guys walk through the first room, which is like the reception area and stuff. There is no receptionist behind the desk at this point. And he leads you through the other door, the far end of the room, down this hallway, into the left, into room 2,
Okay.
to A. And then he leads you back down into where like the rooms are. And then he stops on the second door on your right, which is 3B. And as he's walking, he explains to you guys some basics of the job. Let me find my notes. So he explains that as he's walking, he's like, "Now, gentlemen, lady, I assume you all understand that my associates and I, should you take this job, request the utmost discrepancy and secrecy in your work for us here."
Kind of figured as much.
You're like, lovely, lovely. He brings you to room 3B, and he opens the door. And this is just like all the other rooms you imagine that are in this section of the building. It's very gaudy, like purple carpeting, like pink walls, purple bed, and this big double bed. There's a bedstand with a lamp on top that puts off like pink light. There's a digital LCD screen in the ceiling above the bed that has like different landscapes on it and stuff. There are music speakers that are playing like, elevator music essentially. The bed sheets themselves, the blanket and stuff, is all like tossed and turned, and the pillows are thrown everywhere. And sprawled halfway on, halfway off this bed is the corpse of an older man, probably in his like late 50s, early 60s. He of course is nude and appears to have been beaten quite severely before he met his untimely demise.
Are we number 4?
You were in 3B.
Okay.
And the man in the suit next to you, he turns to you all, and he's like, "Yes, this is the job. My representatives and I offer each of you 15,000 collars to find the person responsible discreetly and bring them to us." And he's like, I would also request relatively frequent updates for your investigation to make sure that my associates and I are kept up to date.
Okay.
And he's like, "Yes, I have already secured the cooperation of the club's owner and Android employees. So you can feel free to wander around the building, investigate whatever you like, interrogate whoever you like. But once you leave here, then their operation will continue as normal."
So, do you have any clues?
Uh,
Any directions to point us in?
Johnson just looks at you and he's like, "Nothing we can release to you at this time. However, we can inform you this individual, the victim, his name is Ron Dunway. He is a mid-level editor for the local Bullseye Advertising Company."
Oh, fuck.
Understandable. So I just have to wonder though. I'm assuming these rooms are where you bring the workers. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
These are the boning
And
rooms, if you will.
yes, the boning rooms. And I'm assuming that no one saw which worker he went with, if he even went with one.
The man in the suit explains that you would have to ask the owner for that.
Mm.
He hasn't, he arrived, witnessed, took stock of the situation, cordoned the area off, and then posted the job for like an immediate team of investigators. And you guys showed up.
Okay. Do you know where the owner is at this time?
He's like, yes, you should be in her office.
I'll proceed to do so. And I'd look at the rest and be like, "Well, I know where I'm going. You guys?"
To the owner? I would assume.
Yes, that's where I'm going.
All right, and you, Mr. Oid?
I steal his face.
Okay.
Nice.
Sure.
And then
Actually, you probably could. You probably have the tattoos. I just realized that because of who he works for. You have the anti-camera tattoos. So Oid sees his face as just like a conglomeration of jagged,
A garbled blur.
pixels and stuff. Yeah.
cringe. Well, in that case, while the other two are going to talk to the manager, I guess. Do we know the cause of death, or is it we only have?
Ambiguous.
Yeah. I mean, you could figure that out, but.
Well, then that's what I'm gonna do if we don't already know.
Alrighty, give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
All right, while he's doing that, the obvious question is, are there security cameras?
There are.
Okay, sick. So I know what I can do.
Alrighty, so what was that intelligence check, Xavier?
4.
4? Alright, I'm pretty sure that is a pass for you. So you determine pretty quickly that this guy was tortured pretty horribly before he was given the release of death. I can read off his wounds to you. They are extensive. Every finger is broken in at least one place. Several of his ribs are broken. His genitals are smashed. He has been aggressively sexually assaulted. His jaw is broken in at least 2 places. He's missing several teeth. He's concussed quite severely, and his windpipe has been totally crushed by some kind of force that a normal human person could not exert without like a bionic arm or something. And he died of asphyxiation.
Uh-huh.
Also, he died less than an hour ago.
The windpipe breaking was not, that wasn't the
Well, that's what killed him.
the smoking gun.
That's what killed him. Yeah, that led to asphyxiation, which is what killed him.
Okay.
God. To be
So
sexually assaulted?
getting your balls crushed isn't like the worst fate that you could endure here.
I don't know, man. He was sexually assaulted, beaten, balls crushed, and then windpipe broken.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is either A, whoever
Someone's
did this,
angry.
I could say, right, we could chalk this up as one of the girls, the scantily clad girls, went with the. By the way, the shape of this guy, how is he built? Is he ugly? Is he not ugly? Is
He's
he built
pretty
well?
ugly. He's an ugly guy.
Ah,
fat.
so yeah, I get it.
Overweight.
Yeah, I get the situation. So the girl probably is it only girls here? Or this is a mixed a co-ed club.
You guys haven't actually seen any employees in this building besides the bouncers robots outside, so you don't know.
Huh.
Well,
That's kind of weird. Actually, wait. Is it still the morning?
It's very early in the morning. Yes.
That might be it. All right. Well, that's kind of good though. But depending on,
well, then the cameras should be very telling as to what we find.
I mean, I don't know about you, but have we seen any cameras while walking in?
Yeah, he just said there were cameras.
Like everywhere?
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully they're very telling. I mean, this is a red light district, so who knows if all the pretty girls have, tattoos on their face.
I mean, that's
Um,
true, but still, even if their faces are tattooed, they're still, body tells that we could, like distinct features.
Well, there's one thing we do know is that the murder, at least the end part, was done by someone with bionics. That we know that much of. As far as the beginning parts, it could have still been done by like a girl. Um,
Mm.
the other thing is too that I'm thinking, in my personal opinion, is depending on the rules of the club. She could have actually called for a guard because you say there's robot guards, right?
Yeah, there are bouncer robots.
Like, are these sentient or like on command type bouncer robots?
I mean, they do not appear to be like Clanker. Like, they're not like sentient robots. They're just drones.
Okay, so yeah, so as far as I understand, like, obviously there's going to be screaming, but, there might have been too much screaming, and then the robot went, terminate, and then, they just never said anything. Just saying that could be a possibility. Could be like two people involved, somewhat harmless robot. But we could all just speculate. Let's see what the cameras have to show, and then we'll go from there, and we'll talk to the owner. The owner might defend their employees though. So
I mean, okay, but if we've got something on footage.
I'm saying I don't know if the employee, the owner of this district or the building is gonna be so welcoming to four random people going, "We want to see your camera footage," and they go, "Why?" And we go, "Don't worry about it."
Well, doesn't the owner already know?
Yeah.
All right then.
And never mind.
We don't really need to worry about people
This is
when
true.
we've been hired to do this.
All right. Then
Essentially, if we run into any problems, that's what you're here for.
Yeah, man,
and
bust some
bonus.
kneecaps.
Exactly. I can pistol twirl at him.
I still find that so funny. What? Yeah. Now give me all your money. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, it gives me a bonus to charisma checks, so and
Yeah,
intimidation-based strength checks.
All right, so let's go talk to this owner.
All right,
Think
so
of
you
me.
guys.
Think of me as Revolver Ocelot.
Well, now.
You mean Revolver Jackal?
Yes.
Wow.
Revolver Jackal.
Revolver Ocelot's Donna's cat. But yeah, so you guys enter room 8. That's the office. And you see behind the counter, there is this super heavily augmented, super heavily, like organically, like shaped, feel like surgery and stuff. Woman, kind of. You can't really tell because of all the augments and all of the surgery that have been done on this person. And they look over to you, and they're on the phone. You can tell, and she's like, "No, yes, I have that kind of insurance. Have you called? No. I don't care about that. Yes, I checked with the supplier. There shouldn't be anything wrong. No, what? God, hold on." And then she hangs up on them, and she's like, "Yes, hello."
Hi. We're here to conduct an investigation.
She's like, "Yes, I assumed. What do you need?"
Your security room. First of all.
She's like, "Oh, for what? The cameras?
Yes.
You're like, oh, that's access from my desk here."
Well, all right then. May I?
She's like, "Yeah, sure."
All right. I'll sit down in the chair, crack my knuckles, and get to working. Well, I'll probably jack in for this.
All right, so you crack your knuckles, crack your neck, plug yourself in, and then you fall unconscious.
I do it from my wrist though, because now I have the
yeah, you have the discreet
You
wiring.
still, it's
Yeah, you still go
discreet, but you
unconscious.
still unconscious.
yeah. So like plug in, and my head just slams down on the desk.
Yeah, he's all right. I'm going.
I go, don't worry, that's normal.
In my helmet, of course.
And she looks at you.
When I'm on
and
jobs
she's
like this, I don't reveal my face.
And then the owner's like, "Wow, buddy, I had no idea that's how hacking works. Who would have thought?"
No, I just meant he normally does this.
She's like, "I know. That's how hacking works."
No, he just straight up, he'll randomly just fall unconscious.
Oh, well, that's narcolepsy. You should see a doctor for that.
Cairo didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so
Yeah, it's probably it feels a little bit good. It's like because it's kind of like you're being in a dream, right? Because your body is resting, but your brain isn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Clark takes a nap for a second. We'll do the conversation first. So yeah, what do you guys ask the owner while Cairo's unconscious?
I think I go up there and be like, all right,
Do you
ma'am.
like oyster tacos?
Jesus. I think I go up to her and I go, all right, can you tell me a bit about the club? What are your workers? What are the hours like? When are you open? Stuff like that.
She says that well, she doesn't have any employees besides herself. They're all robots.
This complicates things.
So,
I can access comms through the Matrix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
everything's just slowed down for you and everything's sped up for us.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Mm-hmm. And then I go, okay, so you're the only organic employee. Then tell me a bit about your robotic employees, even though they're not employees.
And she gives you like a pretty obviously well practiced spiel about like the finest androids that money can buy from a wide range of brands. Some of them have been customized with additional upgrades, additional personality abilities, all kinds of advanced stuff to make the experience as pleasant as possible.
Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming all these droids are not sentient. You haven't housed any sentient sex workers. You've only housed robotic, autonomous sex workers.
She's like, yes, all of the androids, according to the laws, they undergo nightly scans for signs of sentience.
And I'm assuming that whatever had out of care real quick. She knows that someone has died, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to fully and I go, so I'm assuming that when that nightly scan showed up, none of your droid, do you personally scan them? Do they have a scanner? How are they scanned?
The scan is automated as part of their like charging system.
Okay. So you wouldn't have seen them before they left or whatnot. Do they reside? Do all of them reside here? Or do they go somewhere?
She says that she has a like a warehouse in the basement where all of them have their like storage pods.
Okay, but why don't we ask which one was assigned to the guy?
Yeah, sure. I'll ask that. And be like, do you know that far? Do you know about that?
She's like, yes, Mr. Dunway was a regular here, and he had his patterns. You know how they get. And she winks at you, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she goes over to her computer, and while Kyra was unconscious in her chair, she kind of leans over his body and types in the computer a little bit, and pulls up some information, and yeah, you guys. She tells you like Android numbered 7 or whatever, and then she gives you like the nickname of the android, and she's like, that's the one that he paid for.
The Mona Lisa, I see. That's a very odd name. So he paid for this robot. Yeah, I'm assuming that since clearly they have an automated system and they have that rules how they can't kill humans and all that, and blah 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 blah. I'm assuming that the robot is still downstairs, maybe locked up, maybe not, deactivated. I'm assuming.
She's like, well, yes. As soon as the body was found, all of the androids in the building, I put them on, like automated recall, and they all went back into the basement.
This is a problem, because either A, you had a dysfunctional droid, or B, clearly someone wanted him dead and went through your droid. Huh. That's a problem. Okay. I can't ask these questions because I don't know much about robots. I was gonna say stuff like, do you know, or do I know? Does anyone know? Probably Cairo or Oid would know. Like the possibility of targeting, doing a target hack, and you finding out in the Matrix where they are.
I can explain. Well, everything in the Matrix is, you kind of have to like plug into something if you're gonna do something like that. So, I mean, it is very limited.
I mean, you could just plug it at home.
Yes, but with droids, it's more like you have to plug into the actual droid itself, right?
Depends on if
Unless
it's remote or
you're
not.
unless you're like signal boosting off of
I
it.
mean, if you like remember back to that, or when I remember the episode where you had that totally robotic accent with that one employee about the interview. I don't remember the specifics, but I'm pretty sure you just hacked into it without plugging into it.
Well, I
right?
was also in the Matrix.
Yeah, you were in the Matrix, so I'm saying like, can you check in the Matrix for their footprint if they left an imprint?
I can see, yeah.
Okay. But I think, I'll ask you this. I'd be like, is the guy with the suit with us too or no?
Nah, he left, but he did give you his phone number, so you can ask him stuff if you want.
I think I would have texted him. I would have been like, "Oh, do you know anyone who would have wanted him dead? Do you know anyone who's been stalking him recently, or have you noticed any, suspicious people randomly following him? Yada yada yada." And then at the same time, or around the same time, I'd ask her, I know you don't probably care to pay much attention to him, but have you noticed anyone else that has also recently been booking robots at the same time, or entering your establishment around the same time suddenly, and then they didn't show up? That type of stuff.
Well, she would explain that, like, all the people that are outside by the bouncer bots were patrons in the building when the body was found.
No, I understand that. I'm saying, if you can suddenly remember, not suddenly, but like maybe we can go over your records of loggings and all that, that if any of the patrons, suddenly one of them started coming regularly, or suddenly one of them stopped showing regularly.
Well, she can give you, like, records of that and stuff, but she says that she doesn't think anything like that's happened.
Sure, I'll look over the records.
Alright, in the meantime, while you're doing that, Oi, do you want to do anything else?
I think I'll just meet back up with the guys.
Alrighty. So then...
Could check his system for drugs.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Nox, you don't find any kind of, like, sudden stopping or starting of...
Patrons?
Regularity or anything, yeah.
Okay. What about from the... I'm assuming that this guy is from Jackson Industries, since this dead body's from Jackson... Or not,
No,
Bullseye
the body
Entertainment,
is
I meant.
Bullseye.
Yes. I'm just saying I assume that the other guy is also from Bullseye.
I mean, you don't know that for sure. I mean, the guy wasn't wearing any identifying markings or anything, which is odd. And he wasn't like he didn't have any branded equipment on him either that you saw.
That's kind of odd. God, what does this guy want to do with his random body? Okay. You want to be really weird? If the guy who hired us is just paying us to have an scapegoat, that'd be really weird.
It'd be so funny, wouldn't it, guys? It'd be so funny.
That'd
Oh
be
my
so
god.
funny.
That would be.
I would laugh so hard. Wow.
Dakota's like, oh no!
I mean, you're technically not entirely wrong, but you're still partially wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Well, regardless though, that's I guess camera footage, but I think Cairo was gonna do Cairo footage. Cairo footage?
Cairo footage? Bro,
Yeah.
he's gonna implant into the brothel's mainframe about like 18 million hours of his own apartment, like feed.
Jeez.
But yeah, so
But yeah,
in the
the
Matrix, Cairo, you have free reign because the owner gave you like the AR tag to just pass through all the firewalls and stuff.
Ah, sick.
And that's probably the first thing you notice. None of the firewalls in this place are down. Which means if somebody did hack into this, either they had the password or they entered through some other means.
Or it was extremely clean.
Yeah, or they covered their tracks very, very well.
Alright, so there's no, like, previous footsteps or anything?
Nothing that's immediately obvious. And from here you can get access to the security camera footage as well, if that's what you want to check first.
Yes, please.
Alrighty. So you figure out pretty quickly that there are cameras in all of the hallways. There's a camera in the main bar room, a camera in the reception area. There are even cameras in the rooms, which is probably illegal, but it's fine. And then all of the androids have recording devices in their heads as well.
Okay, do we know which one he was assigned to?
Yes.
Number 7.
Yeah,
Number 7.
siete.
Okay, so
I will
I'm
be going
to
mute, if anything.
I'm going to start checking the security cam footage around the hallway up to the room that he was in.
Alrighty. Give me a perception check, I suppose.
Alright. That is 7.
7. So you look through. I mean, you do see, in the cameras, you see this guy walk into the place. You know, he seems very friendly with the receptionist, who's also a robot. And he seems very friendly with the staff and stuff. And he enters into like the main bar area, watches a couple of shows, and then he pays for like a private, interaction, if you will.
Yeah.
And then Android number 7, who's like, identified on the camera's overlay, takes him into the other room. And then after like 5 minutes of being in the room, every single camera goes dead.
Oh. Well, that's an issue. So yeah.
Yeah, and the cameras remain that way for probably like a half an hour or something like that. It's just a pretty bloody long time. When they come back on, like 5 minutes after they come back on, somebody walks into that room and they find the dead body.
Oh. That's not good at all. So who walked into the room to find the body?
The next patron and their accompanying android robot.
Okay. Can I check the camera feed on number 7?
You can, yeah. So her feed shows everything as it would. She's doing the performances and stuff in the main room, and then the guy, whatever I named him, I forget. Ron, or is it Don? I think it's Ron. Pays for her service specifically, and then she leads him into the room. 5 minutes after, like, of them being in the room, her feed goes dead as well.
That's
And then,
not good.
It does not come back on after half an hour.
That's not bueno.
Actually, probably
At
after
all.
a half an hour, like when the other cameras came back on, her feed just says disconnected. Like it goes from being like fuzz and like static to being like NA.
Ah, I see. I see an actual issue. Can I check previous like logon attempts?
Sure. I mean, every logon attempt for the network has been like, I mean, it's like this computer specifically has been the owner. The Wi-Fi has thousands of people on it because there's like so many patrons that come through here.
Can I check for anything that doesn't seem like it would be a patron?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Alright, because I'm gonna do like a deep dive into this. Do you want me to do it at a disadvantage or?
No, I don't think so. Just looking over.
Okay. Okay. That's an 8. Good sir.
8. So you do not see anything that stands out, but you do pick up pretty quickly that this guy came through here like at least once or twice a week. The dead guy.
Oh, okay.
So he definitely was a regular. Yeah, that's probably all you find. You do, looking around the matrix environment of this building, it is like decorated a bit differently from the physical building, but the layout is identical. The owner isn't that good with technology. And you look around as you're going around, finding the cameras and stuff. You do see, because you are at root access, that all of that 8% check, all of the androids, they are connected to this computer, with like the line of data that remotely connects the two of them, or like all of them to the mainframe. Number 7 is not on that list of connected androids.
So number 7's not on that list?
Yes. And then, because you rolled so well, I will also give you that you decide to investigate, since none of the firewalls are down. You're like, well, either this person was very good at covering their tracks, knew the password, or like pulled some wacky shenanigans and got in some other way. So you decide to go into the actual like room in the Matrix where the murder happened, and you take a look around, and you notice in the ceiling of the Matrix environment of that room, there is a very small like glitch that shouldn't be there, and you continue to take a look at it, and you examine it, and you realize that this looks like somebody forced their way through the Matrix environment itself to get into this room without having to use the firewalls.
So someone forced their way in.
Yeah, somebody actually like shattered part of this Matrix environment, got in, and then tried to repair the environment when they left, but they didn't do a perfect job, and you picked up on it.
Can I access where the root is from? Like, where they accessed it from?
Well, it's just in the ceiling. Because it's the Matrix, since this is obviously like a person who hacked this, their Matrix avatar would have had to have physically been on the floor above and then busted through.
Can I go to the floor above?
You can.
Okay.
Go up to the floor above. It seems like the floors, at least like the several floors above the brothel, are apartment buildings.
Okay. Is there anything that I can access on the floor directly above the room where it happened?
Not without hacking into the apartment that is above the building.
Okay, can I do that?
If you would like.
I would love to.
Alright. Alrighty. Let me pull up your sheet. Sure. Okay, yeah. This isn't like a 1d6. This isn't a very high-level apartment.
Okay.
You get 1d10 at advantage. I know you have your gunslinger in, so
Oh.
that's not
Yeah,
advantage.
no, I have my gunslinger. Yeah.
It's a 1d10 for you.
I can back out and switch real quick.
You could if you wanted to, yeah. That's the thing you could do.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
Alright,
back
so
out and I'll switch.
the Cairo regains consciousness, plugs in a different wire into his brain, and then goes
No,
back
no, no, it's in
unconscious.
my arm, remember?
Well, the still wires are still in your brain. They're still
Oh,
in your spine.
Alright.
So now you get advantage.
Alright. Sick nasty. Wow. Polar opposites, a 1 and a 10.
Cool now. Cool. So yes, you bust through this apartment's firewall like it's child's play, and you enter into this apartment. It's a one-room apartment, very standard, pretty small, but the same kind of like glitched like crack in the floor is here that was in the ceiling of the floor below.
So it's still glitched.
Yeah. There's still a little bit of evidence that someone tried to repair the environment around here.
Alright. Is there anything that they could have jacked into?
There'd be a computer in here, yeah. But you don't
Okay.
need to jack into, like, the immediate... Like, somebody could be across the city and then just move their avatar into the building and break through that way. Like, you don't need to be super close.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's still... You definitely still find evidence. Like, this is a room that they used to break into the floor below and then hack the robot or whatever it was at the cameras and everything.
Alright. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and access the computer and see if anyone, or like see who logged onto this computer. Maybe they got sloppy at some point.
Okay. Give me. Give me like another hack, another 1d10.
All right. Is this one at advantage or just flat?
Yeah, because you have your wire.
All right. All right. I can do that. 7 and a 2.
So you do break into this computer. You do find, because this computer is essentially root access for this apartment. You do find evidence that somebody else did sign on to like the internet for this place.
Okay.
For like a while and then left. But they do appear to have covered their tracks.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just like this one computer and like the connected devices for whoever lives in the apartment.
Right. Okay. Alright, so essentially we've got a big mystery on our hands. Someone who's who's a little bit, like, you know, green to the whole hacking thing, but they know to at least cover their tracks. Which is a slight issue. And there's really no other signs of tampering other than, you know, these few and far between sloppy instances of, well, I guess I accidentally left that there.
In this apartment above the room, it does look like the person, well, it does look like the toaster to this, in this apartment, was quite heavily tampered with at some point, to the point where it is no longer functional.
Okay, can I inspect that further?
I I mean, you aren't physically there, so all you know is the toaster was there, and now it's no longer functioning.
That's an issue. That's not ideal. Alright. So the toaster was functioning, but it no longer is?
Yes, and it appears to have, gone offline, like a minute or two before, the cameras in the club went dead.
Yeah. Alright, I'll back out. First thing I'll say to the club owner is, yeah, you should really beef up your, online security. Because it looks like someone logged in, bursted through your matrix, and gained access to, droid number 7.
She's like, Android number 7, yeah, that's the one that, that guy preferred.
And it is also not on your registrar right now as a item in your system.
And she kind of looks at that and she's like, okay, I'm gonna go check that. And she marches off to go check the android in the basement.
I mean, okay, she can go and check it, but I literally just told her that I was in her matrix. But whatever. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, issues abound.
They do abound. Tell someone to go with her, Kyle says.
Yeah, I'll go with her.
All right. So you go into the basement with the owner. And it's really creepy down here, because it's just very dimly lit, open concrete basement, with several rows of androids just kind of T-posing in the dark, with cables running to their heads. And
Oh, sounds like my kind of place.
yeah. And you guys go around, and the owner marches over to the second, they'll be towards the beginning of the second row, and sure enough, the cable labeled 7 is empty. There's no android there.
Big thonk. Well, issues abound. Treachery afoot and whatnot. So yeah, do you have any idea on what could be done about this? Your android seems to have either gone rogue and something to that effect. I will say this much to her. Someone seems to have broken into your matrix from the floor above.
And she's like, well, I mean, I don't, own the apartments or anything above me, so you'd have to.
Does anyone hold tenancy above you that you know of?
She's like, yeah, people live in the floors up there.
Okay. Do you happen to know who?
She's like, no. I live in another room in the basement down here.
Okay. Well, do you know who runs the building above?
She's like, yeah, I rent the place from the guy that they rent their apartments from, so.
Okay, yeah. Could you get him on the phone and tell him that we need to take a look in the room directly above you?
She's like, yeah, I can do that. And she gets on the phone with somebody and she's like, yeah, hey, Alan, Alan Edgar Poe.
Good stuff.
And she's like, yeah, these guys, they're working for some scary people, and they said they need to get access to the apartment building above one of the rooms in my club. Can that be a thing? And she's like, all right, great, thanks, buddy. And then she hangs up, and she's like, yeah, he said no, but I had the password for the doors up there anyway, so.
Ah, sick. Good stuff.
And then you guys head up, I assume, to the second floor. And yeah, it's just like this long, like straight long hallway with like a bunch of like doors and stuff on the side of the hallway for all the different apartments. And you find the apartment that was one that you hacked into before. And because you have control over it, you can just unlock the door.
Yeah.
It's under your control, so you just bink, and it unlocks, and you walk in, and as soon as the door opens, you are hit with the powerful smell of burnt hair and like burnt skin. You look over, and who you assume to be the guy who used to live in this apartment has been quite literally toasted by his own toaster.
Oh no. Can I jack into this apartment and see what's up here?
I mean, you get the same information you did last time, that the toaster
okay.
was messed with before, and you know.
Not good. This is the second time we've witnessed a rogue toaster. So.
Don't trust toasters from now on.
Yeah, Cairo's gonna get home and throw his out the window.
This was a smart toaster as well, so that's why it could be hacked into.
Yeah, Cairo's still gonna throw his toaster out like the window.
Just a normal
Never trust a
person
toaster.
walking down the street, all of a sudden the toaster hits you in the head from the 80th floor, kills you instantly.
It's like throwing a penny off the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Terminal velocity kicks in.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, this is an issue, as well. And it leads to another murder, so we've got a serial hacker on our hands. It looks like.
Da-dum, dum, da-dum. Yeah. I mean, serial killer is 3 bodies over like a certain amount of time, so it's not quite serial killing yet.
Which is why I'm saying a serial hacker, because they haven't ascended to the rank of serial killer.
Yeah, they're getting there though. They're getting there.
Can I check some forums as Cairo? See if anybody's like bragging about this.
You can only check forums as Flavius, actually. No. Yeah, sure. What are you looking for specifically?
Anyone bragging about like, oh, I just did this dirty hack, fried a guy with his own toaster.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Okay. That's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't find anyone bragging about frying a guy with their own toaster, or conducting this grisly murder.
Well, really, just anyone talking about like a really like in-depth hack they did, and like, oh, I really showed that guy. Like, anyone just trying to brag about something that they've pulled off within the time frame. Really.
I mean, there are plenty of people that brag about pulling things off during the time frame. None of them match the description of this particular incident. I will say that you would probably pick up... Probably find a forum as you search for, like, people claiming to have hacked brothels and stuff in Ryanstown. You would find a forum of people. How do I... I'm trying to think how I word this. I'll say that you would find evidence that several other brothels have received threats.
Okay.
Or like warnings.
By one person? By multiple people?
They don't know, but there's like at least like a news article, like a local news article, that says that several brothels have received like warnings saying that someone is going to target their clientele.
Okay. That's troublesome. All right. All right. All right. All right. I really got nothing here. So I mean, I'm gonna keep looking, see if there's anything that I can, get from this. I can't triangulate like a signal, right?
No, there's not enough, like evidence that someone was even here to begin with for you to begin doing something like that. You need an active signal for that, active signal trace.
Yeah. All right. I mean, right now I'm really just trying to see if anyone's still lurking around. Like, I got these guys. You know what? I really don't know what to do here.
Do you have any input you want to give, Mr. Oid? Anything you want to do?
I don't have anything right now.
Alright. So I will say that we will time skip a little bit, shall we say? Let you guys continue to investigate, continue to find some information. But you guys definitely get the sense that whoever did this is knew what they were doing. And I don't think Bonus is particularly surprised. I guess Bonus would provide some input because he would say that the murder, definitely a crime of passion, definitely something that was out of some incredible amount of anger and rage. But the cover-up implies that whoever did it wasn't like they weren't like a psychopath.
They didn't want to be caught.
Yeah, they weren't just some blind rage.
They knew what they were doing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like probably premeditated for an extended amount of time. It's probably like a lot of thought that went into this.
Someone had to have known, the pattern and stuff.
Yeah, somebody had to have known that this guy was gonna be here at this time, and what android he was gonna buy, or maybe they just waited for the android to get into the room and then hacked into that or whatever.
Yeah. So
he's like, so this is an interesting profile of the killer that he's managed to concoct, because he's a lawyer. He used to be a lawyer. That's part of his job.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah. So the crime tells me crime of passion. The torture tells of like sadistic habits, sadistic tendencies. But the cover-up means that whoever was doing it wasn't just like blindly furious or something. Like this was like a premeditated, well thought out, methodical plan. And seeing as they killed this random guy in his apartment on the floor above, seemingly for no reason other than keeping him out of the murderer's way, just like in case he saw that his apartment was being hacked into or something, that he's dead now because of that. That also tells, at least Bonus, that whoever did this is like on a mission and like doesn't care about hurting innocent people, if it means doing whatever it is they're trying to get done.
Yeah.
But I think at that point, Bonus probably would also say that like if they killed these two people like this, they're probably going to kill somebody again.
A safe assumption.
So, like, Bonus says that if you guys want to be able to catch this person, you might just be better to wait like a day or two and see if other bodies pop up. Because presumably, whoever's doing this isn't going to stop.
Right. Logic would dictate, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, you know, Bonus, of course, is like, you know, maybe that isn't the case. Maybe this person was only after this one guy, but also killed a random person for no reason. You know, maybe it is just this one person that they were after, and they killed him, and now they're done. But he says that, you know, this kind of pent-up anger tends to be directed at more than one person.
Right. So do you think we should keep an eye on other brothels?
But it's, yeah, that could be an option. But there are thousands of brothels in the red light district, right?
Well,
so
obviously.
You couldn't keep an eye on all of them. But he said he will keep his ear to the ground for the KPD.
But it also could be. Could be that it's just this area.
Yeah, it could be. We could have like a Jack the Ripper kind of thing, where someone's killing, you know, patrons in this particular area. But he said he's going to keep his KPD contacts on the lookout for this kind of thing. See if he can't, you know, be the first one to hear about another similar kind of murder like this if one happens. But he also suggests that maybe you guys should look into the victim, because obviously whoever did this, like, had a grudge. There were many bones to be picked, and evidently many to be broken over whatever happened between this person and the guy that ganked him. So maybe
that's something. Well, that's something that I can look into.
Yeah, just something. So some research into the guy that died. Kyle suggests hacking into the cameras for the building above and looking for news and rumors about the android.
That is true. I can do that real quick.
All right, what are you doing?
I can check the front entrance and the surrounding cameras around the time, like after.
Okay.
And just watch from then on. I'm essentially looking through like the building itself.
Yeah, give me like a perception check at disadvantage.
Alright. That is a 6 and an 8.
So that's 6. Okay. So you would know. This was like a Matrix hack. So this person could have been across the city physically and hacked the building from across the city. So you don't expect to see the person, but maybe you're like, maybe I can see the android leave, or maybe I can get something else. And you're looking around the entrance, and you see like once they find the body, all like the bouncer robots bring all the patrons outside, and they start waiting. And as this crowd gathers, as people start to figure out what's going on, some people try to leave, some people get like order like taxis and stuff, and you know, ride shares and leave. You do spot a person standing in the crowd across the street, and they do have the anti-camera tattoos, and they wait around for like 10-15 minutes to see what's going on, and then as soon as you guys show up, they leave.
Can I get another angle on this?
As the guy in the suit showed up, they would have left, actually, because I don't think they would have cared about you. But man in suit looks more important.
Can I get another angle to see the kind of clothes that they were wearing?
Yes, they were wearing like one of those like clear plastic raincoats, because it's always raining in Ryanstown, as we know. And then underneath that, it was probably looks like. I mean, you know the goose. You know a little bit about fashion. You would figure this is like the clothes that were popular for hackers like a couple years ago, but it's all black, a lot of straps, like hanging loose off of like the sleeves, off like the strapped up like jacket and stuff.
So kind of like what Cairo wears, but like Cairo's got like newer clothes.
Yeah. This is a couple years old.
Cairo's more fashionable.
Yes, this person is a bit out of date.
I'm gonna start immediately combing through to see if there's anyone else that matches that description. Like, see if I can recognize who this might have been, since Cairo's in those kinds of circles.
I don't think you would. I mean, these clothes were pretty popular with hackers a couple years ago, so it's pretty generic.
Yeah. I can also message a couple of Cairo's, like, friends on, like, the inside of, like, the hacking world, see if they've heard of anything like this, and see if this is, like, something new that's happening, or if this is, like, signs of someone resurfacing into this, or something to that effect.
Alright, give me either a charisma or a perception. I'll leave it up to you.
I'll do a charisma check.
Alrighty.
That is a 6.
A 6. Okay. So you ask around. You make some calls. You gather this is a new phenomenon. Nobody even heard what happened until you called them up and told them this happened.
Even with, like, someone with, like, the clothes and everything, wearing, like, older clothes to do a newer crime.
Yeah, they're nobody seems to know that, like, oh, like, this is somebody's going after people in brothels. I didn't hear about that.
All right. Well, before I, like, end the whatchamacallit, the parlay with the people that I know, I'll just be like, yeah, if you could keep your nose to the ground and, like, keep an eye out for it, let me know.
I'm like, alright, can do.
Sick. But yeah, no, this is very weird. But yeah, all right. Other than that, I'll message the guy and I'll be like, do you know anybody that could want him dead?
He messages back and says that none that would be relevant to the investigation.
Because we do have a hacker, and they seem to be a little bit outdated. Obviously, technology has since advanced since they've been in the game. So, if you could get me a list of people that don't like him, or could have a reason to hold a grudge, that would make our jobs a lot easier.
He says that he will speak with his associates and get back to you.
Alright, sounds good. And then I'm gonna do my own little bit of digging into this guy.
Alrighty, that's another perception check.
Alright. That one's a 9.
A lot of good rolls tonight, gentlemen. Alright, so you find... let me pull up my notes. You find out that he does work for Bullseye Advertising. He's a mid-level editor for the company. He is known for, shall we say, pulling an Activision Blizzard. Being a bit of a misogynist. And he, you do also find several reports on him, several forums that talk about him. He makes, and also the guy gets back to you pretty quick, and he gives you like some basic information about the guy if you ask him, including information that this guy, Mr. Dunway, makes many payments to several brothels from all over this district of Ryanstown. The payments suggest that this dude is going to one of these clubs every day. Which is ludicrous, but, you know.
That is a bit odd, yeah. So what, is he, like, switching it up every day?
He does seem to have, like, a circuit, if you will, that he kind of goes around, revolving each different clubs every day.
Okay. This is so odd. Are there any, like, recent, like, articles that could glean me any kind of further insight into this?
Recent
Like someone getting fired because of him losing their job, programmer maybe, a freelancer even.
Well, seeing as he was an editor, no, like, programmers or anything of the sort appear, you know, no articles about anything like that. There are a couple of articles saying that, like, that he's listed in, like, a number of lawsuits and stuff against Bullseye, as being the reason behind people quitting, because he's a terrible person and an awful boss to work under. But nothing that would suggest, like, yes, these people hate him enough to torture him to death in a CD club.
So nothing to say that someone would torture and kill him?
Yeah, nothing that, you know,
indicates
extreme.
Someone was, like, ready to... So there's really nothing about him, like, ruining someone's life because they wouldn't do something or anything like that?
Nothing public, at least, no.
I'll message the guy again and be like, do you know if he was, like, close to anybody and then, you know, they got distant? Like, maybe if he was in a relationship or something, or...
The guy would send back, information saying that Mr. Dunway, was previously married. His wife did divorce him, like, over a decade and a half ago. But she has since died, under redacted circumstances, essentially, which means that somebody murdered her. She also worked for Bullseye at the time. Other than that, it seems like after, like, probably during his first marriage, he developed what you would probably assume is some kind of sex addiction, because after that, the payments to the various clubs started up at an incredible pace. Honestly, it's amazing this man hasn't gone bankrupt at this point. So there is that, and that you would also assume that probably had an impact on the divorce. It tends to. But other than that, Mr. Suitman gives you no indication that he has any, like, current or official relationship with anybody.
Alright. I think I'm gonna have Cairo take, like, a step back and, like, look at all the evidence we've gathered so far.
Anybody else want to do anything?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Lay the facts out so far. Okay, so you guys know Ron Dunway was tortured to death. Well, I guess tortured and then strangled by an android number 7, who was property of a brothel in Ryanstown called the Red Dress. The android was hacked, and then at some point, while the cameras were down, managed to escape the premises and leave, flee to somewhere you don't know, because they aren't in the building anymore. Shortly after the murder, the hacker cleared up their tracks, from their damage to the Matrix environment, which is a very high-level maneuver, by the way. Very, very risky as well, because it usually sets off alarms. And they tried to cover their tracks, but they couldn't do it perfectly. And then presumably the hacker, left the building and then jacked out. In the process, the hacker hacked into the apartment of the person who owned the apartment above the room, hacked their toaster, and killed the owner of the apartment, or the tenant in the apartment, for reasons unknown. And yeah, that's what the guy was a scumbag. Been involved in multiple scandals in the past and lawsuits for his behavior, shall we say?
Promiscuity.
Yeah, for his all the sexual harassment. Not a good guy. He used to be married. His wife divorced him over the harassment charges and stuff like that, and the addiction to women. And then she died.
Okay. I thought of something. I have a question.
Yeah.
What was the first club that he frequented?
The first club that he frequented. Yeah, sure. Gimme a perception check.
Okay. That's an 8.
An 8. An 8, you say? An 8.
Yes.
An 8 for a very important date. Let me pull up my notes. If it load. Let's see here. Yeah, so it does take quite a while for you to scan through all of this financial information, because there is quite a bit. So, it does take a significant amount of time. This man has gone to, almost a club a day for the past several years, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of information. Let's see. 40. This is just ironic. The club name, the very first club that he went to, is a nightclub / brothel by the name of the Final Rest.
Uh-huh. Can I look more into that club?
Yeah, sure. Give me another perception check.
Alright. That one's a 7.
Well, the Final Rest is an incredibly hoity-toity, super rich luxury club that has a membership-only access, and you can't even get in the door without either being a +1 of one of the guests, or being a membership. Their website is super swanky and fancy. The membership requirements are absurd. You have to be corporate affiliated, have to be of a certain tax bracket, essentially, make a certain amount of money. A ton of subscription fees, membership fees. Yeah, you would probably also learn that the Final Rest is the highest level of a network of similar membership only clubs throughout the city.
Okay. Do they have contact information?
They do.
I'm gonna hold off on contacting them because I want to find out a little bit more first. And I don't want to go out on a limb and be yeah, this person is definitely a stripper. I don't want to go down that road before I have more evidence. So I'll hold on to that information.
Alrighty. Do you tell the boys about what you found?
Yeah. I absolutely share the information. Other than that, I'm really drawing a blank. Like, we've got some good information off of this. But other than that, there's really not much else to point us in a fluid direction. However, this is going to lead to Cairo beefing up cybersecurity in his apartment, because I don't want a repeat happening.
Wow, you wanted to die by a hacked toaster?
No, I don't.
Come on.
I don't feel like dying via hacked toaster.
Wow. Well, coward.
Correct.
What did Kyle say? He said, well, why don't we look into the women he's messed with, has scandals with, other clubs, women he takes, etc. Or is that too much? I mean, the man goes to like over 24 clubs every month on like, you know, his circuit of the red light district. That's not including the like super hoity-toity ones you guys can't even get into. The company, Bullseye? Well, I can tell you what Bullseye does. The group's encountered them once before.
Yes.
That was with Outcast. I can give you their little summary when I find it on the wiki. Bullseye Advertising Company, a marketing company dedicated almost solely to highly targeted advertising by accessing vast wealths of data accumulated from other companies, able to provide advertisements so targeted they'll call you out by name. Known for their questionable methods of acquiring information, automatically adaptive signs and AR advertisements, and the abuse of collected personal data. It's owned by a man named Clarence Wells, the man whose life Cairo threatened a long time ago.
When did I do that? Oh, that's right.
You're like, I'm gonna throw a dead body onto his car.
Oh, yeah.
And he never did. Like,
Good
you probably thought about
times.
it.
Not even gonna lie, I kind of forgot about that, yeah.
Can we find out who he might have messed with specifically? Or would that not be worth it? You mean like the employees that he messed with? Yeah.
They give us that information.
This is a question just for like K4 in general. Because usually legal proceedings are public record, right? But this is K4 and there are no governments.
Public records.
Yeah, so I don't think you would be able to access that stuff unless the company willingly made it public. And seeing as it's a scandal, no. They would not put that out to public record.
Can we get the records?
Anyway, but can you get it? You could have requested that Gray Suit Man get it for you, yeah.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Okay, so you text Gray Suit Man Johnson, and you're like, hey, could you get us these records for these scandals? And he's like, my associates have deemed that not necessary for your investigation.
But it kind of is.
He does not reply.
Because we think this was a act of passion, and someone he has vexed in the past. And I think losing a lawsuit over something as furious as what he's being accused of online is very much important.
Gray Suit Man says that his associates do not feel comfortable releasing such information.
Look, what's dead is dead. We kind of need this if we're going to catch your killer. You hired us to do a job. We're trying to do it.
He said that yes, you can complete that job without risking a breach of information.
There. Okay, so block out everything but the names. We just need names.
Gray Suit Man does not reply.
I'm gonna text the group chat and be like, last time we accepted a contract from these guys.
Yeah, I think at this point, you guys, we get the feeling that Gray Suit Man is not from Bullseye.
I'll text him and be like, hey, who are you working with? Are you from Bullseye?
And he replies, third-party contractor.
What's the name of it?
Above your pay grade.
Good. So now I at least know who to refuse a job from next time. Sounds good. I'll text the group and be like, I'm leaving a 1-star review on these guys on Yelp.
Wow, that's harsh.
You know what? It would be less harsh if they could give us the information we need.
Kyle says, okay, now how about we look at the ads throughout the business, or can we not do that? I mean, their ads are online. Obviously, they're an advertising company, but Bullseye is like one of the world's biggest marketing conglomerates. Sorting through that would take weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of ads. I mean, they're an international corporation.
Advertising is kind of their shtick.
Kyle says pain.
Indeed.
Lamau. Well, sounds like we can end the episode off here, and we will
On this
continue.
Gray brick wall.
Hey, don't worry. I've got plans. All right.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed the episode, let us know. If you didn't, get out of here. What are you doing here? But anyway. And we'll see you next time on Quest for the Core.